Hello and welcome to another daily casted match of Age of Empires 4. I am Paragon RG, and in this match, we have two players that did really quite well for themselves in the Winter Championship Tournament that just finished up on January 22nd. On the west side of the map, in the blue, we have Eric playing as the French. And Eric made it to the quarterfinals, I believe, which surprised a lot of players. Wham01 is in the red on the east side of the map, playing as the Delhi. He made it to the semis, and honestly, to his credit, he only lost to Hera. So Hera was an absolute beast in that tournament, pretty hard to stop. So kudos to Wham for making it this far. Wham is a Canadian. I know very little about him in general, though I think I have cast his matches in the past, possibly right after one of the December patches where Chinese were improved a little bit and players were experimenting more with them. Right around where I think I discovered or started casting 3DB. So in this match, Delhi versus French on Altai. So we see interesting configuration on the map. The mountain ridges leaving one gap here and leaving a gap not particularly close to the center up here. Stealth forests potentially providing some interesting places for ambushes, as well as one being right near the sacred site. Relics look fairly evenly spaced between the two players, so not too many issues there. Eric adding his gold mine, 2 villagers there, 8 villagers on food, pretty straightforward. Bring home a nice little bunch of sheep. I was going to say batch of sheep. I feel like that implies the sheep are being created. Efficient production is coming in from Wham01, so he's quite quick on that front. May even get multiple techs in before hitting Feudal Age, which I think could be pretty interesting. He's only at so at 240 this will finish. At which point, yeah, I guess that would be a slow Feudal Age. That'd be 620. So we will see, but so he'll probably end up pausing Herbal Medicine to get Sanctity on this map, but we'll have to wait and see. So early Mosque coming in from Wham01. He's on gold. He's on food. Nothing too crazy there. We do see a scout coming into the backside of Eric's map. Looks like he's just a little too close to that town center, taking some arrow fire. Does get a few whacks at the villagers, but I think Eric largely ignored him. But I actually think he might be able to do it from right here. Yeah, here he is. So you can see him doing that animation canceling, being super annoying, and this is minorly disruptive. Eric just kind of pulling away one villager at a time. So they're both clicked up now to the Feudal Age. Eric going up with the School of Cavalry. Wham going up with the Dome of the Faith. So no real surprises on either side just yet. Wham continuing to be pretty annoying there. He has another scout here. We'll do a quick check of military. So Eric must have added a second scout. And Wham, I believe one of his military units is the... How did I forget his name? The Scholar, which is sitting in the mosque here. So he has 2 scouts as well. So even on the scout count, be curious to see when the School of Cavalry comes up. Do we see knights right away? My guess is that we do. And that more generally, we start to see knights right away rather than scouts from the French, just because the professional scouts has been nerfed in that scouts carrying deer are now slowed down by 30%. And they're actually slower than villagers now. They're slow enough that a spearman can chase them and get hits off on them. Maybe not many hits, but you don't need many hits with a spear. So all of that means that you have this School of Cavalry. It's probably a good idea to put out a knight or 2 right away, pile the pressure onto your opponent, and go from there. Now it looks like can't quite afford archery range coming up right away for Eric. Interesting. 2 scouts now being annoying on the back line. I wonder if Eric worries he doesn't have the gold access. What's the situation here? Straight for double archery range from the French player. So pretty off meta here. Now, it's common to see an early archery range in that you know your opponent, or you can guess your opponent will be adding spears to deal with your knights. So you have that archer range to make sure that even when there's a couple spears popping out, you can already take them out with your archers. But this definitely seems very aggressive, and we do see that first knight being made now from Eric. Two of Eric's scouts also being annoying on the gold line of Wham. Has one villager to about half health, working on the other villager now. Yep, gotta admit, that's super annoying. This will be much less annoying, or rather, you'll have to deal with it much less once the animation canceling issue is fixed. At that point, it'll probably be just as annoying. You just won't have to pull your villagers away, at least not so early, and you can kind of just deal with it and take the attack pings as they come. Blacksmith coming up from Whammo 1. So it does look like he's going to be sticking to the feudal age. Horsemen coming out from him as well, with a scholar in his stable. So these things produce in 11 seconds. Lot on wood. Is that an archer? Yeah, okay, archer range coming up from him now. So far, Wham looks pretty well positioned to deal with Eric's composition. Now, horsemen are not particularly good against knights, but I currently only see one knight on the field for Eric, and he has a double archery range, which will be very hard countered by the horsemen. So I don't know if he intends, it looks like he won't be hiding these horsemen, but the longer he hides them for, you know, the more likely that the horsemen will be able to jump on top of those archers and do some damage. Eric has now probably seen this, and he's not going to let this happen. Would be surprised to see a barracks come down soon, or at least for him to be playing a little more conservatively in the meantime. Royal Knight continuing to do the laps around Wham's base. Both players sitting with a bunch of scouts back home. So Professional Scouts is coming in currently from Wham, which I think is pretty cool. We don't often see Delhi go for that. We have a minor engagement. Looks like the Royal Knight poking forward, seeing what problems he can cause. Do we have a mill? So no mill from the French. Am I missing something? No mill from the French. So obviously no Professional Scouts either. And it looks like these horsemen may even get a kill. Oh, he pulls away just too early. Still loses a horseman. So this is about the worst possible case for Wham. Does not get any villager kills with his horsemen harass. Lots of archers back here now. This will be too many for Wham to deal with, but we'll see if they can get one villager kill in the meantime. No, he chooses to run away, but I think one more will go down, and it does. Only one horseman left from his original bunch. 3 horsemen currently chasing down a Royal Knight. I think they could only do this because it is injured. I think a Royal Knight can take on 3 horsemen under normal circumstances. Continuing to poke away, so I don't think this this knight survives the route home. Wham stepping forward with walls in front of his opponent's sacred site. So let's check his mosque. Sanctity is in. Do we see... So we see both a single archer and the scholar coming forward to take that sacred site. So the archer is the one that will be placing the wall. Now that knight did go down. Nice job by Wham to follow through with that. You don't want that thing healing over time. Runs into some enemy scouts. I think he might have run into the archers as well. Pulls back in time. So overall, nice job from him. Sacred site now being captured on this side, about to be captured on the other side. And archers, once they kill the wolf, will be building these walls if Wham makes sure he gets back to it. Archers have been distracted. Looks like they're going to continue it. I think scouts see this or are ready for it. Nice job with Wham, though, actually jumping on these scouts. May even kill one. Does he have enough horsemen to just take this? They kill archers so quickly. Kind of an awkward angle for this battle here. It looks like the archers and scouts will win the day here, unless I'm misreading this. A little too much in the way of meat shields with all the scouts of Eric. So these horsemen will run away, and by away I mean toward his opponent's base. just to continue causing problems and to live another day. These archers are now trying to track down the horsemen, and it looks like they will all go down. So, well done by Eric in wiping out that army. There are more horsemen, though, and there are archers now as well. So, these archers should be reasonably good at picking off his opponent's archers, and if he can generally avoid fighting these scouts, Wham is in a pretty good spot with this battle here. Scout's doing such a good job with that meat shield, though. I don't think Wham has done has been able to target the right units, and I think Eric's going to just keep producing scouts to act as that meat shield. I see more archers stepping forward. A couple more scouts have been made as well. So many archers back here. Interesting build from him. Do we see more? We see another knight being produced now as well. Horsemen now running straight for these archers. This is a good play by Wham. Identifies that the scouts aren't quite there to beat out those meat shields. And look how quickly these archers go down to horsemen. If they can attack, that is. Looks like they're getting a little tangled up in knowing which archer to hit. Wham's archers now getting into the mix as well. Guys, it feels complicated. It's a strange unit composition, the archer scout, because you really just want to avoid fighting the scouts at all because they don't do enough damage to really care about them. And it looks like Eric's composition has won the day again here. So, kind of surprising to me, but we'll have to see how Wham reacts to this. He has had 2 sacred sites for some time now. So that's really, really significant gold income in that time. He needs food now. He might even add a market and buy some of that food. We'll have to see. Another stable coming down from him. So he's going to be committing further, presumably, to horsemen. And to be honest, I think with only a few more horsemen, he could have won some of those battles. That's how quickly they kill archers. Units popping in the town center for that safety. A couple of archers going down from Eric. Eric needs to be careful here. But is starting to get in a nice position. Has driven his opponent off gold. Not that... To be honest, though, Wham didn't really need the gold. In fact, I say he was driven off. He may not have been. He may have just abandoned himself once he had these sacred sites, generating 200 gold per minute each. But you can see now his scouts are going down. So we got professional scouts, but it's all for naught. They are not able to bring back those deer carcasses. I'm assuming he did manage to bring some back. Looks like there's one here. So, yeah, and I see them on some there. So, definitely still some success with professional scouts there from Wham, but does lose 4 scouts to very little. So, 20 units inside of this town center now, including archers. I think this is a bit of a mistake. I think those archers need to pop out and fight so that villagers can actually hang out in here. Meanwhile, Wham is all out in trying to finish his House of Learning. And Eric seems to be all in on the feudal age. So this battle, I think, is basically going to decide the game. If Wham can hold off here, he does hit Castle Age. But if he loses too many villagers, the game's going to be over for him. Now, these villagers pop into the town center, do they? No, not interested in doing so. He did pop out those archers that I mentioned, and is now adding a market to... He has so much gold from those sacred sites, he needs to do something with it, and it looks like he is holding this off. So let's take a quick look at the villager counts. 31 for Wham, 47 though for Eric. I don't see a second town center, so I think that's purely villager kills from Eric. So really nice job from him in just keeping that pressure on. These horsemen are not long for the world if they do not run away quickly, and it looks like they are committing to that battle. A little bit of chaos as villagers try to get reorganized inside of Wham's base, but he is in the Castle Age now. He does have options, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes Lancers. We do see Lancers now coming out. Lancers are a unit that can deal with both the Royal Knights, which are the feudal versions of Royal Knights. They become veteran in the Castle Age with an upgrade, and of course they can absolutely massacre archers. So, and he even took out the Royal Knight, so one Lancer here could be enough to track down these archers and get what he wants. And I think the momentum here is swinging toward Wham, at least temporarily. He's going to be able to run out and grab this Sacred Site if he so chooses. Scholar actually is coming out to do that now. Lancers are chasing down these archers, so pretty much map control is strongly in favor of Wham now after these units are taken out. Look at this. Villagers passing like ghosts right through these archers. So these archers will go down. They're just taking their time in doing it. 3 Lancers will make very, very short work of them. Love those Lance charges. In AoE 4, such a nice touch. Oh, actually, Scholar was just going to grab Relic, so I like this a lot. Rather than the Sacred Site, he's trying to grab all of the relics on the map, and it looks like he's grabbed... There's already one in here. You know what? There's only one more relic, and it's right here. So he grabbed all the most difficult relics first. So Wham really setting himself up well for the mid to late game with all these relics. You can't really lose relics, right? Whereas those Sacred Sites can be lost. So this is such a good investment, and he can always come forward with that Scholar now and take the Sacred Site. And in fact, he's already done so. So about to have 600 gold per minute from just the Sacred Sites, plus 5 relics. I'm sure he's going to go out and grab this one. For now, it's 4 relics. So 1,000 gold per minute, just passive here from Wham. Kind of crazy to think about the HRE getting 900 gold per minute. Put like this. I'm talking up 1,000 gold per minute with all this work, including, you know, maintaining these strategic points on the map, having to wall them in, and so on. So HRE can absolutely be deadly with that passive gold income. Spearmen now starting to move out across the map, presumably hoping to bump into some horsemen. I don't think, or rather the Lancers of his opponent. To be honest, not even sure this is enough. They're hardened spearmen. I think these Lancers do have upgrades as well. Well, hold on a sec. That is more Lancers than I thought. 12 Lancers are going to chase down the spearmen of his opponent. I mean, this could be the game right here. He's going to go right for these spearmen, and if he can take out the mass of them, there's absolutely nothing that's stopping Wham from just going and killing, like, all of these villagers. Nothing stopping him at all, and he's going to camp around these barracks, kill all these spearmen. This is all of a sudden looking so bad for Eric, and Eric calls it. He knows he's done. That's it. 12 Lancers win the day for Wham as Delhi against Eric's English. Folks, this has been Paragon RG. If you enjoyed this one, subscribe for more daily casted Age of Empires 4 matches, and I will catch you next time.